let's get started on this. Let's pull up a reference picture. Da-da-da-da-da. All right. The moon. Let's see. What kind of moon do we want to do? Ooh, that would be pretty. Do like one of these things where it's like maybe got the trees in front of it, like that, or like that. That would be cool. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and just start with the moon itself. I will pull up, I think that I'm going to go with like the purplish color that's going on over here. I do like that a lot. My thing is dying, but let me turn off Bluetooth real quick. So I think that we're going to go ahead and just do one of those things where it's got the purple undertones, a little bit of a brighter, but yeah, I do like this. I think that I'm going to go with something like this. So I think, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do something with like this type of picture where I've got my moon, I've got that all drawn up. You'll see my cats and my dog in the background. But I'm going to go ahead, lay my base coloring that I normally do. I almost always do a base color for the background, and then build it from there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I think that I am going to go ahead and go with like the undertones of the purplish blue. Yeah, I do like the stark contrast that's going on right here. So let's go with that. We will do that for this moon. Get my purple. I'm going to mix it with some black. So normally what I do is I have Liquitex. It is my preferred brand. I have the professional colors of it, or the professional version of it. Ooh, that is a lot of purple, but that is okay. We're gonna work with the purple this go around. I like the Liquitex quite a bit. I used to have Amsterdam, or I still have my Amsterdams. What I'm gonna do with them, I don't know, but I do quite enjoy the Liquitex. It's got like this really creamy consistency that I very much like. My mailman just came, so my dog's probably gonna bark for a second, so pardon her. Clover, all done. Thank you. So we're mixing our purple and black right now, and I am going to add just the tiniest bit of white to kind of lighten that up. Just because we don't want it to be too dark, because then I can't really go anywhere. I can't have more contrast. All done with your boofing. So we're just literally just the teeniest little bit of white on that. Because I really don't want to be too white with it. I'm just going to have just a little bit more. And I will be using a very watered down brush because we're just doing, we are just getting that background done, and that doesn't have to be super dark. It doesn't have to be anything other than just the base layer. I like to have it because that gives me something like a building block to work with. I can use the color that's already there as kind of shadowing or highlights and whatever. And just gives it a good tone, base tone to start with. Alright, got our colors mixed, color all blended. I'm going to be using this brush to get my background going. my canvas is a little far from me because I am not at my work desk. Um, I am in my living room right now because my work desk is currently being taken up by my husband's tools. Um, he's redoing our bathroom, and my work desk is the best place to put the tools, apparently. It is what it is. I get a new bathroom, or I get not a new bathroom, but we're having to redo some of the drywall in the ceiling. I have to water down my brush just a little bit more, just because this is too thick. Come on. There it goes. See, that's a lot better. That's more of the consistency that we're trying to go for with the background. I don't want it to be bubbly though. That's never fun. Get in there. I have discovered that I have to really, um, darken up my lines whenever I'm doing the drawing before the background. Just because when you're painting over it, it kind of covers it. And if I don't have the lines being super dark, then I'm mildly screwed with trying to see it. I know that might seem obvious, but hindsight is 2020. Um, and I am just getting back into painting. Um, I kind of took a 10-year hiatus, which isn't really saying much because I was a teenager 10 years ago, and you can only do so much when you're a teenager. Um, but getting out of high school and then starting college, I really did not have time for it. Um, and then college and a full-time job at the same time, that made for zero painting or even drawing time, either the time itself or just the energy. I had very demanding jobs for energy, um, either mentally or physically. Um, and now I am very lucky to be a stay-at-home mom. Um, for me, it's a privilege. I'm very, very, very happy to be a stay-at-home mom. Um, I like being a homemaker. I'm a traditional trad wife, whatever, but not in the weirdo way, I guess. I don't know what I mean by that, but there are some traditional wives out there that are just really freaking weird, man. Um, I'm lucky to be a stay-at-home mom. Let's leave it at that. I'm lucky to be a stay-at-home mom, and now that things are kind of settling down around the house, I'm getting a routine. My toddler is becoming a little bit more consistent with her naps and whatever, which, of course, as soon as I say that, she's going to not be consistent anymore. But, she's a little bit more consistent with her naps, which is when I can do my paintings and whatnot, my streams. I only stream on weekdays. Um, and then I will probably start streaming on Sundays as well, and those are going to be my really long streams. On weekdays, I'm probably only going to be doing like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour at a time. But just because those are her naps. And then me and my husband, we're trying to get it to where Sundays are where he just has like a daddy-daughter day, which would be nice. Kind of gives me a break. He's been in school for the last 19 weeks and then trying to find a job with that schooling. So if anybody knows any lineman position jobs that are open right now, which I'm sure there's about to be a ton just because with Hurricane Milton, and then soon there's going to be blizzards up north, but with all of that going on, people who became linemen are like, this actually isn't for me. I'm sure those people are going to be dropping out like flies after Helene and Milton. Oh my god, is my cat in my daughter's room? Oh, I just saw her not too long ago. There's Venus. Kimchi! There you are. You leave that kitty. You need to leave that girl alone. Okay. I got the base color down for this painting. I ramble. I really do. I ramble a lot. It's because I don't really know what to talk about. So we are going to go with kind of a purple tone to this. I've only painted a moon once. It was my last painting that I did. It was much smaller, but I wanted to try to do a moon all on its own and potentially like a little tree in front of it. But we will just start with the moon and go from there. Let's see. So I am looking at references. I have a hard time visualizing things without references, so I will be using them. Anytime I use a reference for anything, I usually show off that reference, just so whenever people, they're all like, hey, I took that picture and no, you're painting it. Yes, I definitely am painting the picture from the reference, but with a spin to it. That way it's not just like a copy paste. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm rambling. I'm a rambling gal. I swear to God, if my daughter is awake. Oh, she's awake, but she's just laying down. So it's gotta be my cat Kimchi. My cat Kimchi, if you hear me scolding she is an orange cat, and boy does she act like it. She has one brain cell, and that's pretty much it. Alright, I am just taking some of this white and purple, mixing it together, just so that I can kind of outline the moon, get that all together. We will Steal the moon. Oh, gosh. I really should be wearing my apron right about now, or at least have something protecting my blanket and or my table. All right. I've never really used this paintbrush, so here we go. Okay, it needs to be more white. That gives it a good clean line. I'm not gonna lie. That's interesting. Needs a little bit more water to it though. If you have any questions or comments or anything, advice, anything, honestly, feel free. I do respond to comments. This might be one of my new favorite brushes for doing outlines like that. Gives it a really good solid line. That's nice. Oop, I do enjoy it. All right. Let's see, what brush do we want to use right now? I think that I'm going to go with this one to kind of fill it all in. And we're definitely going to need to lighten that up. Let's just... What I like about acrylic is that you can just go back and blend it out with some water. One of these days I would like to get into oil painting, but there is this medium that you can use to mix with acrylic paint to slow down the dry time of acrylics. So I am not today. I'm a little bit nervous to do it, but I have a little market on the 26th of this month. So after that market, I'm going to just experiment. There we go. That's the word. I'm going to experiment with some stuff. Give more time to some paintings. I'm just trying to get as many paintings out as I can. Hurricane Milton really put a damper on my ability to paint. Just because we didn't have power for about 5 days. And we kind of had a tree that had taken out our fence and our neighbor's fence. So we had to kind of clear that out. Um, so my time was kind of spent on other things. My house still isn't back up to snuff. Um, but it is what it is, you know. I'm making it a little bit darker right there, like using the background paint, just because I know that right around here is going to be darker with some of the um, craters in the moon. I like blending the paints on the canvas. It's fun. And like I said, you can if your acrylic is too tacky, then you can just add a little bit of water onto your brush, and then it will help blend things out on your canvas. Pardon me. Okay, well, that was just a neighbor trying to figure out what happened to one of our other neighbors, which it is what it is. Okay, so we are going back and doing details of the moon. All right, so let's go in. I'm going to continue using that one brush that I had done the edges for because that was something else. I like it. So all around in here. It's gonna be darker. Paintings are such a trust the process situation. kind of this thing right there. You know what I can also do while that dries a little? I know that it's looking very blob-like at the moment, but that's just kind of how paintings go at first. I'm going to take my white colored pencil that I have and kind of just, is it too tacky still? It might be too tacky. Yeah, it's just a bit too tacky. Okay, so I'm not going to do that. I was going to see if I can't, like, kind of just do something with that. That one neighbor's kind of a busybody, and so I'm not surprised that she wanted some more information if I had any. Okay, that's gonna be over there a little bit, and I have some spots over here. That's gonna connect right there, and over here. And I'm gonna be using multiple references. Wow, that's looking very blob-like at the moment, but be patient, young Padawan. We have a vision. Right now we're kind of just blocking the colors at the moment, and then we will get to blending and all of that other fantastic stuff. I'm going to pull up a different reference just to kind of have, oh, can we not do that, please? And just so that we can see more clearly where our craters are. So, I kind of have this one a little bit too far down, but that's okay. You know, we've got it. So I just need to bring some more craters on the other side. Like I said, we are just kind of blocking our colors at the moment. Clover, come on. Let's not be boofing. Let's not be barking. I can have just a little bit of. Do I want to do that though? I don't think I do. Trust the process, trust the process. I have to go to the bathroom because I had almost a full cup of coffee before I started this live. So I will be right back. Okay, let us continue. So I've gotten some pretty dark values in there. Let's see. The painting overall, or the moon overall, I need to bring down the value just a little bit more. So let's go ahead, blend up some more purple and some more black. Again, I am using Liquitex because it is my favorite brand. It is expensive, but, you know, to me, it is worth it. Just with the consistency of the paint alone, that in my brain is definitely worth it. Now I kind of have to have some of these be a little bit more dark, so let me go ahead and take the moment to, you know, do that, and then I can start bringing more light into this. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see, bring that value down just a little bit more. And this one goes pretty high. Oh, hello. I am just now seeing your comments. Hi, how's it going? Is it the moon? It is the moon. I am working on the moon. I'm just getting the blocking down for the colors. Um, I'm having a fun time with it. This is my second time painting the moon. Um, what I'm wanting to do with it, so I'm using this as a reference. It is literally just the Wikipedia version of the moon. I'm using that as a reference, but I want to kind of incorporate like this whole thing where it's got trees in it and maybe something like that. I'd like the aesthetic of, you know, of the purplish moon. Um, but yeah, that's where we're going with it right now. Just getting the blocking colors down before I really do the details of it. I'm enjoying it. You might hear my dog bark in just a moment. She's running over to the window. Okay. But thank you. I also very much enjoy the purplish color that I've got going on. Thank you. I'm going to try to do as much as I can today. It's all kind of contingent on my toddler and how well she naps. Because it is already 11:21 where I am at, which means that she could wake up at literally any moment. If you've got any questions or comments, also um, if I do end the live stream, just because my toddler has woken up, you can also find me on pretty much any other social media, TikTok, Instagram, all that other stuff. So if you want to see any more of my art, or if I don't finish it right now and you want to see it finished, you can always find me at Big Leaps Creations on any other platform as well. And then you can kind of get updates on it. On your first stream today, I was working at the time. I had your stream open on the side. I love the painting of the moon. Oh, you follow me on Instagram already? Oh, fantastic. Thank you. Loved the painting of the moon in that one. Oh, awesome. I love to hear it. A reoccurring person. That's so fun. How fun is... Ah, that makes me so happy. That really does. As a quick note, water, time to drink. Okay. Oh, let's see where to go from here, what to do. I need to bring some of the dark grading up into there. So we're going to continue on with that. It doesn't have to be super dark for this one. Kind of has to get a little bit closer. Let's bring some of this white. Yes, unfortunately, I had to. I am in Florida, the United States, Florida, and we had a hurricane. It was Hurricane Milton. It was supposed to hit the hardest. Thankfully for us, it went 25 miles more south, which spared my area from getting hit incredibly hard. We got hit pretty hard still, um, but between evacuating and the aftermath of cleanup, it was a lot. So I kind of had to take a break. I just got my electric back about 2.5 days ago. So I've been catching up on laundry, on cleaning, on all this other stuff, on top of which we had a tree take out our fence. I'm actually going to show you because I'm in my living room at the moment. So if I can, oh, my dog. You see the missing fence over there? Um, that happened. So otherwise, everything is fine. Um, there's a lot that we're still having to clean up. Um, it just, we're okay. My animals are okay. We got very lucky. My house got very lucky. If I had been across the street, hi Doggo. Her name is Clover. She likes just curling up into a ball. Clover, you good girl? Yeah, you good girl. Um, no one was hurt on my end. Unfortunately, with the hurricane, it sparked a lot of tornadoes throughout the entirety of my state, and um, unfortunately, it was very catastrophic. Um, we got very, very lucky. If I had lived across the street, I would not have been as lucky. A lot of my neighbors kind of flooded out, um, so they're in recovery at the moment. Um, it's a whole thing. It's a whole story. I could honestly, for the next hour, the um, go on about what happened with the hurricane, but that's kind of boring. I hope your neighbors are okay too. Yeah, they're okay. One of my neighbors, she's a 90-year-old, 90 some odd year old woman. Um, she had to, she had, she, how do I put this? Her home is no longer inhabitable, um, unfortunately. So she did have to kind of call on her older sons, and um, I don't know what they're going to do with her house, but I hope she's okay. I've known her my whole life. This is my childhood home, so um, I know a lot of the neighbors. I know a lot of their stories and whatnot. But she's okay. Her and herself, she is okay. But her home is worse for wear. Nobody in our direct vicinity or our direct neighborhood got hurt by the storm. Their homes took a lot of damage. One from the storm that had happened just before this last hurricane, but um, this hurricane did a number on some things. Yeah, I think that she's still in denial. She was with my next door neighbor who kind of just took her in during the storm because she's at a higher ground, and she really did not even want to go into her home after the storm passed because she she was in denial about the fact that her home flooded out. So there's that. I'm sure you remember from my first stream, every time I do like line work like this, I'm always like, oh, careful, SpongeBob. From what I know, she is doing okay. Um, she's having a little bit of a hard time adjusting, but otherwise she's okay. She's a very um, optimistic person in general, but she kind of lives in La La Land. Um, yeah, take your time. Focus is important when you're an artist. Yeah, yes, it is. Which is why this is all contingent on my toddler cooperating with me. I am probably going to start streaming on Sundays. Not this Sunday, just because um, we've got stuff that we're doing. But Sundays, I am most likely going to start streaming as well, and those are going to be longer streams, so that I can, one, hopefully get some more people following, and two, so that I can really start getting more paintings going. My husband would like to start doing like daddy-daughter days on Sundays, which would be fun. Let's see. I'm just kind of looking at my reference photo right now to see where I can go. Well, thank you for your concern about us and our neighbors, We're good folk. You have a suggestion? Yeah, absolutely. I'm always open to suggestions. To kind of blend some of this out. All your tags start with painting. I would suggest for what, that is a good idea. I am I'm kind of new to I'm kind of new to this if it's not obvious. Do you have any tags that you would suggest? I know that I have one that's like moon. On TikTok, I kind of use like stay-at-home mom, artist and whatnot. But I don't know where to even begin with some of this stuff. My second tag just put acrylic instead of painting. Oh, yeah, yeah, that would make sense. I really appreciate the advice. Anything is helpful. Everything is helpful. My biggest thing is learning, and we are always learning. And if we are not learning, then we're stagnant. And I really don't want to be stagnant or in the same frame of mind for my whole life. It's just not fun. No, no, not rude at all. It is not rude at all. I really do appreciate the advice. If my tone comes out as if I'm not appreciative, we're pretty sure that I'm autistic. When it so my I tend to be very monotone. Um, so don't take my tone as if I am offended, because I am not. I really do appreciate the advice. Also stream You also stream art. Ooh, what do you paint? What do you draw? What do you do? And what is your tag? Because I will go and follow you too. I love seeing other artists. Mostly digital. Oh, you know what? I remember you. I do remember you. This was like 2 weeks ago. We kind of had this conversation about what each other low words, what you draw, like what your medium is. I do remember. Oh goodness. I'm gonna have to start doing these lighter spots very soon. Um, so right around here is like a crater, but not. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at my reference picture again. Okay. So right around there, we are going to take a little bit of purple, a little bit of white. And then dark. I'm gonna blend that out. Okay. And then I'm gonna let that dry. Tags help, I'm saying, from my experience. Yeah, I wonder, can I update that now? Let's see, edit stream info. Ooh, I can. Nice. Cool. Stream info updated successfully. Cool. So I did just do what you suggested with that. I removed the painting acrylic and instead just did acrylic, and then I also did art instead of painting art. No, 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 you didn't stress me out. No stress. What was I doing? I've got the brain of a squirrel sometimes. Oh, speaking about squirrels, so now anyone's searching up. Cool. So I I live in a house. I'm very lucky that I live in a house. I inherited it from my grandfather, who unfortunately passed away earlier this year. But that's not the important part. I know that sounds a little bit heartless or whatever, but anyways, putting my foot into my mouth. So my my home has an attic, right? And from the storm that hit, not the most recent storm, but the one just before that, it's called Helene. Helene knocked out a lot of structure, like access to my house. That sounds so much worse than what I'm actually trying to describe. It's the soffit of my house got knocked out in some locations, and this family of squirrels decided to take up residence in my attic. Um, and it is the funniest thing hearing their little scurrying every once in a while, but I'll tell you what, when we did not know what was in our attic at first, it was terrifying. It was terrifying. I thought that there was an axe murderer living in my roof. Um, but no, it's just a family of squirrels. Oh, that is so much more brighter than I wanted it to be. That's okay. We've got this. Yeah, we found our next four-legged family members. Funny story about that. Oh God, my values are all over the place. Um, my neighbor, my next door neighbor, she rehabilitates animals from time to time whenever she has the space as well as the um, finances for it. And so I was joking with her. I was like, "Oh, your squirrels, they're living in my attic now because squirrels are one of the things that she rehabilitates." Clover, come on now. Let's not be boofing. No barks. Okay. Clover, I swear you dog are in a mood today. Why are you in such a mood? You should be enjoying the day, Clover. It's very nice outside for once. That sounds hilarious. That spot should be dry now. I'm gonna have to like do one of those things where like they flick the brush. But I can't do that over here because this is my coffee table. Not my workstation. Where do I want to put that? I want to put that right here. Extends. So 1144. Purple. Too much purple. Oh gosh. It's okay. My toddler likes to eat with her hands too, especially spoons, or not spoons. She doesn't really know. I was reading spoons. Um, she she really likes yogurt. She's gotten into this little yogurt phase right now, and she'll pretend that this is the yogurt cup. So she'll dip her spoon in and then just kind of play with it. Yeah, she gets you guys perfectly. There are some times when just eating with your hands is just it's so much more convenient. Um, like pancakes. Pancakes are delicious, but so much more convenient just to pick up and eat with your hands. There is this Indian restaurant that is by me, and I've been really wanting to go there. I am a big foodie. I love food. I love different cultures' foods and trying different cultures' foods. I love it. Um, my husband is half Puerto Rican, and every once in a while when we go over to his parents' house, his dad, who is the Puerto Rican, straight from the island, um, will make us some food that is like Puerto Rican dishes, and man, do I love it every single time he makes us some Puerto Rican food. I am hungry. It is lunchtime by us, so I have not eaten lunch yet. I've been streaming for about an hour now, but food is so good. When we use our hands to eat, we can accept our foods, we can body accept our food more spiritual. That's I like that. That is I like that a lot. You know, Americans like we are such a we stigmatize almost everything, and it is so not okay. Clover, that's enough. Like you'll meet people that are like me who are just we love different cultures and hearing about different stuff and we love to see it, we love to hear it, but then you have a lot of people who are just I don't know, they're up their own butts. And they think they're all high and mighty and better than others and it's sad. Rolling over us. It's not you, it's the British. They were here too, yeah. Dang nerdy British. Oof, come on now. Ah, my paintbrush has too much water on it. Do you ever try any like foreign food at all? Do you ever make any foreign food or um experiment, eat out anywhere that has foreign food to it? And if so, what is your favorite? Because mine has got to be just um it's funny. Americans, we go Asian food and we think like Chinese food or Japanese food or Korean food, and it's all blended together. But whatever. Foreign food. I had like pizza and pasta. Um, I guess like cheeseburgers would technically be foreign food to you guys. Like for us, we love we as in like a good majority of Americans. We love sushi. You have cheeseburgers. That's cool. Um, I don't know. What would you classify as foreign food? Because there's so much here that would be considered foreign food to us, but maybe not to you. Um, I don't know. Like we classify pretty much anything that isn't cheeseburgers or good old Americanized food as foreign food. Like tacos would be considered foreign food, except from Taco Bell. Um, there is a definite difference between tacos and tacos. Tacos is the traditional tacos that you have from either Mexico or Puerto Rico, and just the other Hispanic, not Spaniard, but Hispanic areas, like Cuba, Colombia. I'm just talking at this point. I don't even know what I'm saying. I do, but I don't. We just don't eat beef because being Hindu. I've never had tacos at Taco Bell. Um, Taco Bell it's good. It's trash. It's good, but it's trash. I like it, but it's also fast food. It's going to taste like fast food. It's not going to be a delicacy or anything. Um, I love tacos. Um, tacos are to eat. Um, it is so good. And they have more than just beef tacos. Like if you have regular tacos, like from Taco Bell, the majority of them are going to be beef, but they also have chicken. Um, I love carnitas, which is pork. It's so good. Our staple food is rice and curry and breads that look like tortillas. Oh, like naan and flatbreads. pull up my thing. Let's see. There's right under that one, there's another thing over here. Non a special occasion food. Okay, interesting. So here in the United States, like naan, we associate that as like the everyday. Um, when it comes to like if we go to the grocery store and we want a flatbread, usually it would be naan that we pick up, or the grocery store's version of a naan. Um, but you eat roti. Okay, roti is good. I have had roti. I'm sure you're laughing at my pronunciation. Please don't call it non-bread. Bread. Oh, okay. Redundancy. Okay. Yeah, I knew about the chai, but I didn't know that naan is that the translation is bread. Bread. Huh. See, this is what I love about doing this type of thing is learning new things every day. It's so fun meeting people of different cultures and different areas, different parts of the world. Like you are 8 hours ahead of me, almost 9 hours ahead of me. So it's really fun how otherwise we wouldn't be able to communicate like this. English is not your first language. You might be speaking wrong English too. I mean, your typing is perfection. I would honestly think that if it wasn't for the fact that you had said that you're from India, that, you know, you would be from here with how well you text. English is my first language. My second language is American Sign Language. I'm not particularly fluent in it, but I used to be when I was in college. I love it. Um, it's fun. Do you have any questions about my culture or this stuff? Because there's so many things that I have questions about. I love learning other people's culture and telling people about our culture, all that other stuff. It's just a good bonding experience. Like, I know a lot of people think that Americans are really loud or like in your face or anything like that. Why is that coming out really gray? Not very purple. Weird. You would love to know more, but what should you ask? Oh, anything. If you have questions that you think are rude, please don't think that they're going to be rude. I am not one of those people that get offended really easily. So literally any question that you have, by all means, ask away. You don't want to have. I don't have any assumptions. Uh, I know that one thing is that um, a lot of people don't realize how massive the United States is. Um, a lot of foreigners, and by foreigners I mean anyone that's outside of the United States, believe that, you can go from New York to Florida to California in one day. And it's so, it takes more than a day just to get to from Florida to New York. Like, I was driving from Florida, which is where I live. So I live in the South, which is why I have a little bit more of a Southern accent. Um, I drove from Florida up to Pennsylvania, which is a little bit north of us. Um, it's still in the Northeast, but we were driving and it took us almost 18 hours to get from Florida to Pennsylvania. Um, yeah, it was a good drive, but man, did it take a lot out of you. Oh, and biscuits and gravy. Biscuits and gravy is another big one that people don't really understand what that is. Um, and are confused and disgusted by the way that it looks. So, biscuits and gravy, the gravy itself is a flour sausage gravy. Um, and it's so yummy. It's thick, it's creamy, it's delicious, it's savory. Whereas the biscuits, I don't know which cultures say biscuits are cookies. I know that it's Australia and Britain that call biscuits cookies or cookies biscuits. But hey, cat, no, stop clawing the couch, cat. Ugh. Um, but biscuits are like scones for us. Biscuits are very bland. We would only have them with tea, like the British do. Huh. For us, biscuits, uh, there are several different kinds of biscuits. There's buttermilk biscuits, flaky, buttery biscuits, all sorts of different kinds of biscuits. But it's a savory, usually savory little treat that's about like it fits in both palms of my hands, or sometimes will be small and fits in just one palm. Um, and they are usually light and airy or flaky. Sometimes they can be very dense, but they are very flavorful. Uh, they can be bland if you don't use enough salt or enough butter, um, but typically have a very floury taste to them. Like flour is in the cooking material, not the one that grows in the well, I mean, I guess flour grows, but that's wheat. God, how to describe it without rambling? Oh, they are. They are so good. Um, my favorite is the buttermilk biscuit, which is very crumbly and um, they're dense. It's perfect for biscuits and gravy where it soaks up a lot of that gravy and just, it's so yummy. Honestly, biscuits and gravy is probably one of my favorite foods. Um, but if you look it up, it does not look very appetizing. To a southerner like me, looking at it makes my tummy growl and my mouth water, but to like I don't know, someone from California, biscuits and gravy does not sound very appetizing. Same thing with people in Britain. I had a friend who lives in Britain, and I showed her a picture of biscuits and gravy, and she was disgusted. Very fluffy and yummy. It is definitely very yummy. Um, but yeah, it can kind of be fluffy. Um, it the biscuits themselves, yes. The gravy, it ranges from light to very heavy, just depends on the person who makes it, how much, because you cook the flour in um the sausage remnants. Like you cook up your sausage, you have the fattiness from the sausage, and the gravy cooks in that. You make a roux, you add milk, or you add heavy cream to it to kind of Um, to thin it out, you use pepper, all these yummy stuff. Desserts are your specialty. Oh, I love desserts. Um, I have the stuff to make ube brownies right now, and I'm so excited to make it. I love dessert. Desserts are your specialty. Oh, now you got me thinking about desserts. Um, Not too long ago, I love to bake as well. Baking, other than painting, is one of my escapes. Um, I made a fruit tart with custard and underneath the fruit, and it was so good. A lot of fish. Ooh, being Floridian, we love fish. I love fish. Do you guys eat the fish with the head on it? I'm not just I'm not ignoring my painting. I am trying to figure out how to do some of these things for it. And I think that I just need it with something, which includes the head. The head can be tasty. You know what? I will have to give it a shot. I think that I'm just nervous about it because I've never eaten the head of the fish before. Just like some people like eyeballs of sheep or goat, and I just cannot get behind it. It's just not for me. But I will try most things at least one time. I see, I don't know why that's coming out gray. That's not what I want. Because I also need to expand that over here. Generally, you don't remove the heads for smaller fishes, but for bigger fishes, we leave them out. And that's neat. Fish is delicious. I made some salmon not too long ago, and it was so good. I love food. God, I'm hungry. I'll be eating here soon though. I made some golden curry last night, and I'll be eating some more of that here in a little bit. I also need to make some soy eggs, um, so that I can have ramen tonight for dinner. I need to be using a different brush. That's just a little bit too thick of a brush. That's still too thick. Let's see. No. Hilsa, which is prepared with gravy of mustard seeds. Interesting. Never thought about making a gravy with mustard seeds before. Looks like mustard sauce. Interesting. I'm absolutely not making fun of you when I say this, so please don't take it that way. I love the fact that you call it mustard sauce. For us, we just call it straight, like, we just call it mustard. Um, And usually, whenever we're talking about mustard, we're talking like that really bright yellow mustard. Like it looks like that yellow that's up there. Um, and to me, that's so it's funny. How we just call it mustard, and other places call it mustard sauce. Just like how we call ranch ranch. Um, and people from outside of the United States, I think that it's called just American sauce. You see, and that makes a lot of sense to calling it mustard sauce versus just like mustard, because yeah, mustard seeds. We use ground mustard seeds for some cooking. So we would Clover, all done. So it would make sense to call it mustard sauce, not just mustard. Hey, why are you? Hey, hey, stop! It is just the neighbors. Come on, busybody. Good lord, you woke up the toddler. Anyways, unfortunately, because toddler has been awoken, um, I'm going to have to end the stream here. Thank you so much for joining me and talking with me about our two different cultures. I really do love talking about different cultures and foods and all sorts of different stuff. But thank you for joining me. This is where we are leaving it at for now. So I will be posting more. Hopefully, I can get back to a regular schedule now that the hurricane is done. So enjoy your dinner, get some sleep, and have a good night. Thank you.